Well, I was going to say, do you know if it was true? Because there was this rumor that Offset hooked up with Chrisean Rock.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah,
So she Offset while he was with Cardi.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Right. The Miss Christian that
Oh, that's bullshit.
all that shit's cat, brother. She's like one of these regular grapes on the sidewalk, bro.
From the moment this story hit the internet, people realized they weren't dealing with regular drama. They were staring at a scandal so unhinged it makes the Kardashians look like a calm church family preparing for Easter brunch. Because the second Katt Williams opened his mouth, leaned forward, and said he had information about Chrisean Rock's involvement in Cardi B's family chaos, the timeline didn't just react, it exploded. And trust me, nobody causes controlled chaos like Katt Williams. When he exposes someone, it's not tea. It's thermonuclear lava. People were minding their business, scrolling peacefully, maybe watching cat videos or a cooking reel, when suddenly Katt's voice cracked through the timeline like a prophet returning from the mountain with gossip. Moses forgot to write down. His tone alone said, "Sit down, put on a helmet. This is about to get disrespectful." The suspense, insane. The tension, dangerous. The shock, enough to make Offset drop his phone mid-scroll. And the wildest part, Katt hinted that Chrisean wasn't just a problem for Blueface. She was a walking EMP who managed to scramble Cardi B's entire family's structure like a Wi-Fi router during a thunderstorm. This isn't gossip. This is a detonation. And you're about to hear every explosive detail. The drama started like all catastrophic celebrity scandals begin quietly, suspiciously, like the universe itself was holding its breath. A clip leaked from a backstage comedy set where Katt Williams hinted that he had real information about what went down between Cardi B, Offset, and the chaos orb known as Chrisean Rock. At first, fans thought he was joking because Katt always jokes. But his expression wasn't comedy mode. It was "I'm about to ruin careers" with a sentence mode, the same face he makes when he's about to say something so potent it sends shockwaves through 3 different industries at once. Within minutes, social media turned into a digital war zone. Fans were yelling, crying, screen recording, and tagging celebrities like they were trying to alert the government. Because the moment Katt Williams said Chrisean Rock's name in the same breath as Cardi B's marriage, that wasn't tea anymore. That was a nuclear alert. The kind of allegation that could make tabloids crash and publicists faint dramatically onto marble floors while calling lawyers. Katt didn't even drop details yet. All he said was that Chrisean had more influence on Cardi's family troubles than people think. One sentence. Just one. And the internet behaved like he announced the arrival of a new planet. People started digging for receipts with the enthusiasm of FBI interns. Suddenly, every old clip, tweet, and rumor involving Chrisean, Cardi, Offset, and their overlapping circles resurfaced like ghosts who'd been waiting years for this moment. The first wave of shock came when fans remembered Chrisean's old live stream where she proudly claimed celebrities were watching her more than y'all think. At the time, people laughed it off. Now they replayed it with new eyes, new suspicion, new paranoia. Because what if she wasn't exaggerating? What if Chrisean actually inserted herself into Cardi and Offset's private issues the same way she inserts herself into fights, drama, and any storyline within shouting distance? People started connecting dots. Nobody asked them to connect. They looked at timelines of Cardi's public family issues. They pulled up dates of Chrisean's public meltdowns. They compared interviews, cross-referenced fights, and analyzed the overlap like they were earning a master's degree in celebrity chiasology. Suddenly, the narrative forming online wasn't just messy, it was terrifyingly coherent. And everyone knows when social media thinks it's solved a mystery, it goes absolutely insane. Meanwhile, Katt Williams continued layered hints in interviews. He didn't reveal everything. He tossed breadcrumbs with the smugness of someone who knows the internet will feast on crumbs like a buffet. He said things like, people don't know. Who's whispering behind their relationships? And you'd be surprised. Who's causing storms in households they never step foot? Fans instantly assumed he was referring to Chrisean's unpredictable, explosive energy, the kind that can shake entire rooms with her presence. Chrisean's name trended instantly. Not because she did anything new, but because Katt Williams opened Pandora's box with a single syllable. People posted memes of her walking into Cardi B's house uninvited, flipping tables and yelling, "I'm the storm." Others joked that Chrisean doesn't break homes. She breaks windows, doors, furniture, and possibly the fabric of reality itself. The memes were ruthless. The reactions were outrageous. The internet was entertained and terrified at the same time. Cardi B fans, the Barty gang, were not having it. They flooded timelines defending Cardi, accusing Chrisean of clout chasing, chaos leaking, and spiritually contaminating anyone who stands near her for more than 30 seconds. They demanded Katt drop the full story, not just the preview. They said they wanted the director's cut, the deleted scenes, the uncensored version where he names names and timestamps. Because if there's chaos tied to Cardi's family, they want to know who lit the match. At the same time, Chrisean supporters argued that Cardi's issues were Cardi's issues and Katt Williams was dragging their girl into drama she didn't create. But the internet didn't listen. They were too busy comparing clips of Chrisean yelling at Blueface, throwing objects, and threatening entire rooms with her presence. Saying things like, "Look at this energy. Of course, she could break a marriage by walking past it." The judgment was brutal. Then a rumor emerged that shook everything deeper. A leaked DM from someone claiming to be close to Offset suggested that a certain female entertainer had influenced the tension between Cardi and Offset behind the scenes. The message didn't name Chrisean directly, but after Katt Williams' nuke, fans didn't need a name. They decided the dots were already connected, the lines already drawn. And the conclusion, obvious. Chris, EAN, of course, reacted in the worst possible way by going live and yelling at the internet. She screamed that she didn't break anyone's family. She barely knew Cardi personally, and she's not responsible for grown people's problems. But her live was chaotic, inconsistent, and accidentally incriminating. She rambled. She slipped details she shouldn't have. She named events too specifically. People clipped every second. Analysts replayed it at half speed like they were decoding alien messages. Meanwhile, more old videos resurfaced of Cardi and Chrisean interacting at events, small moments people ignored before. Now they were being dissected like artifacts from a crime scene. Every side eye, every micro-expression, every awkward smile became evidence. The internet turned into a full-time investigation agency without salaries, training, or common sense. Everyone had theories. Nobody had chill. Then bloggers stepped in, and that made everything worse. They posted headlines like, "Did Chrisean's chaos spirit ruin Cardi's peace?" Offset's confessions, the secret influence behind their fights. Why Katt Williams knew the truth all along. Speculation was so intense it started affecting Cardi's fan base emotionally. They felt betrayed, confused, exhausted, and ready for war. Katt's words didn't just spark drama, they rewrote the past. Suddenly, every Cardi Offset breakup, argument, or hiatus was being reinterpreted under the lens of what if Chrisean somehow started this. Chaos rose. Memes rose. Suspicion rose. And the internet realized one horrifying truth. Katt Williams had only dropped a preview. The full expose was still coming. And everyone knew if Katt Williams is hinting something, the real story must be absolutely insane. The moment Katt Williams' hints hit the bloodstream of social media, the internet didn't just react, it lost its structural integrity like a cheap wig in a hurricane. People began uploading fan theories faster than Chrisean uploads. Apologies she never means. TikTok detectives appeared out of thin air, armed with timestamps, freeze frames, lip readings, and the unhinged confidence of people who watched for crime documentaries and decided they were certified forensic analysts. Suddenly, everyone had proof that Chrisean had been orbiting Cardi B's marriage chaos for months without anyone realizing it. Then, the memes. took over and they were violent. One meme showed Chrisean holding a sledgehammer labeled energy, while Cardi and Offset's relationship stood trembling, like a Jenga tower missing 3 critical pieces. Another meme showed Offset looking terrified while Chrisean stood behind him like a Marvel villain who feeds off chaos. The internet didn't care about accuracy, they cared about entertainment. And Chrisean became the main character of destruction, whether she liked it or not.
She's going.
And then you was a home wrecker, so it's like you try to home wreck Cardi B shit because you want to be like her. So it's like, what did you say? You left your earring or your ring on purpose so Cardi could see it? Oh yeah, that's
Whether she liked it or not. Celebrities started chiming in with cryptic comments. One R&B singer tweeted, "Some people bring love. Others bring demolition vibes." A reality star added, "Cardi B got caught in friendly fire." Even Cardi's old collaborators were quietly liking shady posts without saying a word. Which is Hollywood speak for, "We saw something. We know something. We ain't saying nothing." Yet, these subtle reactions only fueled the wildfire. Meanwhile, Chrisean fans fought back harder than a toddler trying to keep a toy. They claimed she was being targeted because she's outspoken and raw. They argued Katt Williams was stretching for clout, which is hilarious because Katt doesn't stretch, he snaps. But the problem was simple. The internet already bought the story. And once the internet decides someone is guilty, facts stop mattering. Logic stops existing. Only mess survives. Then someone posted a video montage titled, "Chrisean Rock, the storm behind celebrity chaos." It showed her fighting Blueface, breaking sets, screaming during interviews, and flipping tables like she was auditioning for a demolition reality show. TikTok users captioned it with, "If this energy enters your home, your marriage is done." The montage hit 5 million views in 8 hours. Chrisean's behavior wasn't just being judged. It was being weaponized as proof of Katt's allegations. As more videos surfaced, people began speculating that Chrisean and Cardi B had serious behind-the-scenes tension. Fans dug up clips from award shows showing Cardi giving Chrisean quick side glances, the kind women give when another woman brings unpredictable energy. Someone slowed down a clip of Cardi hugging Chrisean and claimed Cardi whispered, "This girl, crazy." Was it true? Probably not. Did the internet accept it as truth? Absolutely. Then Offset got dragged into the circus. People pulled up his old interviews where he looked stressed, tired, and emotionally dehydrated. They edited clips of him blinking rapidly and wrote captions like, "Blink twice if Chrisean is the reason your home life is unstable." Even though Offset never mentioned her name, the internet insisted that his emotional trauma perfectly aligned with Chrisean's timeline of public outbursts. It was chaos science nonsense packaged as absolute truth. Katt Williams didn't help either. He continued dropping subtle hints from his comedy shows, saying things like, "The loudest energy in a room can ruin every relationship it walks past." Fans erupted again, saying he's talking about Chrisean. People clipped that line and plastered it everywhere. Suddenly, tweets appeared saying, "If Chrisean enters your marriage, may God be with you." The narrative had evolved from accusation to prophecy. Chrisean, already spiraling, went live again, and this one nearly broke the internet. She screamed Katt Williams' name repeatedly, threatened to expose everything, and claimed she had nothing to do with Cardi and Offset's family. But because she said it while pacing, crying, yelling, and throwing a water bottle, viewers took it as confirmation instead of denial. Someone commented, "Girl, the more you talk, the more guilty you look." That comment alone got 40,000 likes. Cardi B's fans, the Barda Gang, unleashed hellfire next. They accused Chrisean of creating demonic chaos vibrations that seeped into Cardi's home. They said Cardi's family didn't crumble because of personal issues. They crumbled because Chrisean's presence was like a glitch in the Matrix. They blamed Offset's cheating. They blamed the music industry. But they also blamed Chrisean's name being anywhere near Cardi's timeline. They said Chrisean was energetically dangerous. By midweek, people were posting full-blown conspiracy theories. One claimed Chrisean whispered something to Cardi backstage that triggered an argument with Offset. Another said Offset confided in Chrisean, not realizing she would feed the info into the rumor mill. A wild theory even claimed Chrisean spiritually sabotaged their household by bringing chaos energy into the room. Nothing was proven. But everything spread. The internet reached peak insanity when a psychic TikToker posted a video reading Chrisean's aura. She claimed the aura was red, dark, chaotic, and heavy, and said it could dismantle the stability of couples around her. The video hit 8 million views. People commented things like, "That makes so much sense." Offset felt that vibration. It became the official explanation for why Cardi's family struggled. Not incompatibility, not celebrity stress. But Chrisean's energetic demolition force then alleged audio leaked. Someone claiming to be close to Cardi's team said, "She doesn't want that girl around her family ever." Whether the audio was real or AI generated didn't matter. It spread so fast Cardi's name trended for 4 hours straight. Fans posted it everywhere, saying this is why Cardi distanced herself. Chrisean, furious, went live again. She said the audio was fake. The rumors were lies, and she never sought to ruin Cardi's life. But once again, the internet didn't believe her. Her tone was emotional. Her explanations were jumbled, and her anger made people more suspicious. The top comment said, "We're watching you panic in real time." And just when the story couldn't get any wilder, Katt Williams returned with one line during a show. "I didn't say she did it knowingly." The audience screamed. Twitter collapsed. TikTok melted. That one sentence shifted everything. Because now the narrative wasn't Chrisean ruined Cardi's family. It was. Chrisean's existence was enough to ruin any family around her. And that idea became the scariest, most viral topic of the week. When the dust finally began to settle, something eerie happened. The internet stopped laughing. The memes slowed. The jokes dried up. The chaos shifted into something far more serious, far more uncomfortable, and far more devastating for everyone involved in this twisted saga. Because once the shock of Katt Williams' revelations wore off, the world realized the damage wasn't theoretical. It was real. It was brutal. And the ripple effects spread through Cardi B's family, Chrisean's unstable orbit, and the public's perception like a virus no one could contain. Cardi B's fans reached a collective conclusion. Chrisean Rock wasn't just a chaotic entertainer. She was a walking disruption. A human storm cell capable of altering the emotional climate of anyone within 5 feet. The Barda gang didn't blame her for Offset's cheating or their marriage's fractures. They blamed her for something far worse, being they said her presence, her energy, her unpredictability, and her messy public life made Cardi's already fragile situation crumble 10 times faster. It wasn't intentional sabotage. It was radioactive proximity. Meanwhile, Offset became collateral damage in the conversation. Fans kept replaying clips of him looking exhausted, anxious, or spiritually defeated and tied every moment back to Katt's subtle allegations. People said Offset wasn't just dealing with marriage problems. He was dealing with secondhand chaos seeping into his home like smoke from a distant fire. The idea spread like wildfire that Chrisean's presence in Hollywood. Circles had intensified the cracks between Cardi and Offset without her ever stepping foot inside their house. Chrisean, on the other hand, faced a darker consequence. The public started seeing her not as a victim of Blueface or the industry, but as a carrier of chaos, a symbol of instability, a person whose emotional explosions ripple outward and destroy anything nearby. The internet began describing her as a person you love from afar but never let inside your life. The shift was massive. Overnight, she went from misunderstood to dangerous in the public eye. Katt Williams' follow-up comment, "She didn't do it knowingly," became the internet's favorite quote of the week. People dissected it like scholars studying ancient prophecy. They said it meant Chrisean wasn't malicious, just uncontrollably disruptive. A demolition machine born without an off switch. A storm cloud that doesn't know it's raining. And somehow that interpretation made everything even worse. Because how do you protect yourself from a threat that isn't even trying to be a threat? As more conversations popped up across podcasts and reaction channels, the biggest question emerged. Did Chrisean's lifestyle influence or amplify Cardi and Offset's family issues? Nobody could prove it, but everyone believed it. The internet thrives on vibes, and the vibe was unanimous. Chrisean's chaos doesn't stay in her house, it spills everywhere, contaminates entire circles, and shakes relationships she's not even part of. Cardi B's silence spoke volumes. She didn't address Katt Williams. She didn't address Chrisean. She didn't address the allegations. And that silence was interpreted as confirmation. Fans said Cardi didn't deny anything because she didn't want to add fuel to the wildfire. Others claimed she was avoiding the topic because it hit too close to home, whether true or not. The internet made up its mind. Cardi wasn't speaking because there was something to speak about. The conversation grew darker when fans dug deeper into behind-the-scenes interactions. Rumors started circulating that Cardi had distanced herself from certain people the moment they began hanging around Chrisean. Old footage showed Cardi looking uncomfortable near certain chaotic personalities. And suddenly those clips were being retweeted with captions like, "She knew. She felt the energy." It became spiritual discourse. Emotional warfare. Public psychoanalysis disguised as entertainment. For Chrisean, the consequences started showing quickly. Brand deals hesitated. Interviewers became more cautious. Public sympathy dropped into negative numbers. People weren't laughing at her chaos anymore. They were diagnosing its impact. They were predicting her future. They were fearing for her son. They were saying things like, if her energy can affect Cardi's home, imagine what it's doing to Junior. The internet wasn't trolling. It was concerned. Meanwhile, Katt Williams became the unexpected hero of the narrative. Suddenly, he was seen as the truth-telling comedic prophet who exposed hidden dynamics nobody else dared to touch. His clips went viral. His interviews gained new momentum. People said Katt didn't create the drama. He illuminated it. He didn't fabricate the connections. He confirmed the ones everyone secretly suspected. His voice carried authority. And once he nodded at the truth, the internet didn't question it twice. Then came the scariest part of the aftermath. The realization that Chrisean's chaos wasn't just a storyline. It was a warning. Just a storyline. It was a warning. Commentators began saying she was a symbol of what happens when unresolved trauma enters stardom. They said her presence inside Hollywood circles disrupts emotional ecosystems. They said anyone near her becomes collateral damage. And suddenly, it wasn't about Cardi anymore. It was about anyone who might interact with Chrisean moving forward. Their homes, their relationships, their mental health. Cardi and Offset's marriage, already fragile, now had a new ghost attached to it. The idea that outside energy catalyzed their cracks. It didn't matter if it was true, it mattered that fans believed it. The internet decided Chrisean's influence was the accelerant. So every time Cardi posts something cryptic, every time Offset tweets something moody, the comments immediately say, "See, that's the Chrisean effect." By the end, one conclusion remained brutal and unavoidable. Chrisean Rock didn't have to break Cardi B's family intentionally. Her presence, her energy, her chaos, even at a distance, was enough to crumble something already unstable. And that realization changed everything, because now in the public's eyes, Chrisean isn't just a controversial figure, she's a walking catalyst for destruction. And Cardi B's fans will never forgive her for it. And if you're still here after watching, Katt Williams casually detonate Chrisean Rock's reputation, Cardi B's family dynamics, and half of Hollywood's peace of mind. Congratulations! You are now officially certified in advanced celebrity chaos survival. You've witnessed timelines collapse, fan bases rage, and the internet panic like everyone just found out Beyoncé stopped believing in world peace. So before the next bombshell drops, hit that like button like it owes you back pay for emotional damages. Seriously, slap it so hard the algorithm panics and sends. this video to people who weren't even looking for drama today. And while you're at it, make sure you subscribe because this kind of madness doesn't come once a month. It comes daily. Every time you blink, someone's lying, someone's crying, someone's cheating, and someone like Katt Williams is ready to expose all of IT with a single sentence. Turn on notifications unless you want to find out the next scandal 6 hours late, like a rookie civilian. Drop a comment too. Tell me if you think Chrisean intentionally caused chaos, or if her energy is just naturally destructive like a spiritual wrecking ball rolling downhill. Tell me which part shocked you, which part made you laugh, and which part made you question humanity. I read all the comments. Even the petty ones typed at 3 a.m. with emotions stronger than evidence. And remember, scandals don't sleep. They don't take breaks. They don't even stretch. They come fast, loud, and unannounced, like Chrisean walking into a room with unresolved trauma. So stay tuned, stay ready, and stay entertained. Because this is Expose Express, where the truth hits hard, the lies hit harder, and the drama never stops breathing.